Reading 7th chapter, 3rd shloka. Very nice shloka. Sahasreṣu manuṣyāṇāṁ kaścid yatati siddhaye yatatām siddhānāṁ kaścin māṁ vetti tattvataḥ. Prabhupada's purport to the shloka like a arrow that pierces the false ego of the living entity. Actually driving. Can someone read the first paragraph alone? It's very nice.
There are various grades of men, and out of many thousands, one may be sufficiently interested in transcendental realization to try to know what is the self, what is the body, and what is the absolute truth. Generally, mankind is simply engaged in the animal propensities, namely eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, and hardly anyone is interested in transcendental knowledge. The first six chapters of the Gita are meant for those who are interested in transcendental knowledge, in understanding the self, the super self, and the process of realization by jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, and discrimination of the self from matter. However,
Yeah. So Prabhupada says most people are satisfied by the bodily necessity. So to motivate someone, take to spiritual life, real spiritual life, very difficult actually, because of the fact that everyone is satisfied with the imperfections of life. We can't see those imperfections. It's another thing. We try to hide these imperfections by entertainment, by things, by consumerism, by talking. Why do we talk a lot? Because material things, when we talk, we can hide these imperfections. We are hiding from reality. So, in the name of entertainment, in the name of shopping, in the name of consumerism, in the name of so many things, we are not seeing that we are living in an imperfect environment. I'm living on a material platform, which by nature is imperfect. There is disease, there is forgetfulness, there is, indiscipline, there is old age, there are miseries, bodily miseries, mental miseries. I'm living in an imperfect environment. I'm continuously living in ignorance. So a person who's absorbed in the activities of the body is so distracted that he cannot see the fact that actually he's living in an imperfect environment. So in him, there is no desire to become perfect. That's what Krishna says. Sahasreṣu manuṣyāṇāṁ kaścid yatati. Yatati means he endeavors for perfection. Why do you endeavor for something? Because you see you are imperfect. Then only you are yatati siddhaye. Did not. When I'm thinking I'm already perfect, how will you endeavor for perfection? Did not. So only thousands amongst my other way of saying this shloka is out of thousands and thousands of men, hardly one man realizes actually the environment I'm living is actually very imperfect. I have to become perfect. This thought will come to him because everyone else is distracted by so many actions. They're performing so many acts. Bhurini bhuri karmani. Everyone is engaged in so many activities. But the fruit of those activities is completely viparitam. It is completely opposite to the intent of those activities. This is what Viduraji is asking Maitreya. Right? Why are people so ignorant that they're working so hard for something? The fruit, though, is basically viparitam. Now, this buddhi cannot come for a person who's absorbed in the matters. This is why the Shastra is describing Varnashrama Dharma. You regulate your bodily activities, you regulate your sex life, you regulate this, regulate that. By that, what happens? The chittam becomes shuddha. It becomes slowly fine. And a fine intelligence can capture these concepts. So, with a dull intelligence, if you see the world, then we won't see the world. You can even sing a song right now. Jaya Radha Madhava. Dull intelligence, right? You can't understand what is Radha, what is Madhava, what is like. Why do you say Jaya to them? What is Jaya Radha Madhava? Why should they be victorious? What is there? But it's a Rasika song. Rasika means you're so floored by Shri Radha Madhava, then you say, wow, Jai Radha Madhava. So it's a very tall thing. So only when the intelligence is mature, it is actually taking shelter of Sambit Shakti. One can realize this. So with the dull intelligence, which is prepped, which is like conditioned by eating, mating, sleeping, depending alone. We can't understand I'm in an imperfect environment. Krishna says it's the beginning of life. The beginning of life to understand I'm imperfect. So people take to spiritual life, they become silent, they undergo many austerities, dana, tapasya. They go to the Rishikesh, they go to Haridwar, they go to Kashi, they give up the family because they are trying to reduce material activities. The common theme of spiritual life, is it not? The common theme of every spiritual process is that we reduce material activities and then you awaken the spiritual knowledge. You awaken spiritual knowledge. So this is very common in human society because we get frustrated by human activities. Human activities confuses us. We become more confused. When a person is busy from Monday to Friday, we get tired. Any activity which is material, if you do, you become tired. You want to close the laptop. Why? It's a material activity. But spiritual activity, if you read Bhagavatam, hear Bhagavatam, chant Hare Krishna mantra, if you are actually performing these activities in a spiritual platform, then we won't feel like stopping. There is continuous pleasure. So this is common. Now Krishna says this alone is not sufficient. Yatatām api siddhānāṁ. Amongst all these people who are doing prayatna, doing endeavor for siddhānāṁ, and you take again thousands of men like that. Yatati siddhānāṁ kaścin mam vetti tattvataḥ. To know Krishna in truth is very, very difficult. Kaścin, Krishna also mentions this. Kaścin, very rarely. Sudurlavaha prashantātma, koti kavi mahamuni, muktānāṁ visiddhānāṁ. Parikshit Maharaj is telling, he's asking, how did Vritrasura become a devotee? Normal people themselves don't become a devotee. Now you are giving me Vritrasura Vrittantam. His history, how did Vritrasura become a devotee? Normal people themselves, they are induced by material pleasures and pain. And how did this? Because to become a devotee is not so easy, Parikshit Maharaj is asking. Why? Why is it not easy? To become a mukta alone is so difficult. No one wants to be free from this material world. Everyone wants to stay here only. Ask anyone, even a devotee, are you ready to die? Go back to God in this very life right now. No one will say yes. Right? But myself, I'm saying. I'll give so many reasons. If Krishna is ready to take me back to God right now, I'm ready to go. No, I'm doubtful because I don't know if there is a place there or not. Who knows? Like that we think. Why? Because of attachment. So no one wants to even become freed from this material world. But there is a very rare person who wants to become freed. This person is called mumukshu. Most people in this material world are mumukshu. Bhoga vancha. Their only desire is bhoga. Another person is called moksha vancha. One who desires moksha. But Parikshit Maharaj is telling, muktānāṁ api siddhānāṁ. Amongst all these people who are muktas, the best mukta is the person who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Narayana Parayana. And whose is Narayana Parayana? Is Sudurlavaha. Is very, very rare. Kotishu api Sudurlavaha. He's not even saying Durlava. Durlava means very difficult to get. One of the qualities of Bhakti, there are different qualities of Bhakti that Sri Rupa Goswami Pad is mentioning in Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And one of the qualities of Bhakti is that it's Sudurlava. It is very rarely obtained. To get Bhakti, to have love for Hari, is very rare. So very nice song I was hearing today. Samanya Valla Shri Hari Aseve. It's not very rare. It's not very common, I'm sorry. So one should understand the uncommonality of Bhakti. Bhakti is very rarely bestowed. Bhakti is very rarely bestowed. Very, very rare. Very rare. That is why Parikshit Maharaj is saying, Sudurlavaha prashantātma. Sudurlavaha. Very, very rare. Kotishu api. Crores of people, one can become a devotee. And though this opportunity for devotee is being given to me, I'm again going behind this koti. This is my foolishness. So Parikshit Maharaj is telling, Kotishu api mahamune, one can become a devotee. Sudurlabhaha prashantātma. So rare. But because anarpita charim chirat, right? He's giving, Mahaprabhu is giving anarpita. This has not been given before. Chirat. Chirat means what? For a long time. Anarpita charim. For a long time. Chirat api. Achirena api gacchati. Chira means very fast. Or very long. So the point is very rarely given. So Krishna is telling, 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita cannot be understood by Bhagavad Gita cannot be understood. The 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is very, very difficult to understand. Many people will comment, they will even read Bhagavad Gita on Gita Jayanti, but they will conveniently neglect Krishna. They will conveniently neglect Krishna. So they cannot depend. The dependence on Krishna is very, very difficult for a normal person to understand. The sweetness of dependence of Krishna, it is very difficult for a normal person to understand. For an unchaste lady, can she ever understand what is it for to have such a nice and protective husband, and the wife can depend completely on her, completely depend on him, and the husband does everything, whatever the wife wants. The husband takes good care of this wife because his wife is very chaste and submissive. Similarly, a normal unchaste girl cannot understand the bliss that this wife is experiencing in her married life. Similarly, a normal person, even a jnani, cannot understand the pleasure that the devotee is experiencing throughout his common course of daily course of activities, while he is depending on Krishna for everything. For every small thing is depending on Krishna. Krishna, I cannot do this by myself. Please help me. I'm very fallen. I cannot conquer my anarthas by myself. Krishna, please help me. Please help me. Please help me. I'm incapable. I'm nishkinchana. I'm akinchana. I don't possess anything. All I possess is your 2 lotus feet. And all I possess is your holy name. I'm very poor. I'm bereft of everything. I don't have anyone. I am a pauper. If you neglect me, I have no recourse. I have no other option. So, this intimacy and this dependence, this exclusive dependence, just like a wife has for a husband, this dependence, similarly, the devotee has for the Lord, because he is our husband. Bharta Prabhu Sakshi, right? Prabhu Sakshi. Suhrida Sharanam Suhrid. Prabhu Bharta Gatir Sakshi. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi. Nivasa Sharanam Suhrid. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi. He's our Bharta, he's our Gati. He's our only destination. He's our only path. So we don't have a path. Krishna is our path. Krishna is our destination. Krishna is our goal. Krishna is our enjoyment. Krishna is our water. Krishna is our food. Krishna is our luxury. Krishna is our vacation. Krishna is our daily chores. Krishna is our ice cream. Krishna is our khichdi. Krishna is our gulab jamun. So everything is Krishna. So a normal materialist or even a spiritualist cannot understand this pleasure that the pure devotee is experiencing about Krishna. And he thinks this is an exaggeration. This is one of the offenses of the Hare Krishna mantra. One of the offenses of Hare Krishna mantra is to think Harinamni Kalpanam. This is merely a kalpana. Right? Harinamni Kalpanam. Merely a kalpana is merely an imagination. Simply saying this is too much. Simply you are saying Krishna, Krishna, Krishna in every purport. I don't believe this. Of course, how can you believe this? You are bereft of sweetness. You are bereft of the contact of the lotus feet of the Lord. How will you understand this ecstasy, my fool? You will think Prabhupada's purports are an exaggeration. Of course, you will think like that. Yanisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagarti samyami. But for a person who's asakta manaha partha yogam yunjan madhashrayaha, who's got asakti for the Lord, who's mad after the Lord, right? He can understand. He can understand what does it mean to entirely depend on the Lord and to live with the Lord. He can understand. Right? So this sweetness, only if one is mad after this sweetness, can one realize Krishna. Kaścin mam vetti tattvataḥ. Because only by bhaktyāmām abhijanāti yavan yastasmi tattvataḥ. Only by bhakti you can understand. And this bhakti is very sudurlabha prashantatma kotishvapi mahamune. Is very difficult. Krishna doesn't give bhakti very easily. Muktir karhichit dadati muktihi. Sometimes he gives mukti, but bhakti, no. Right? No. Bhakti is very, very rare. Very rare. Yadrichaya, only by his causeless mercy. Somehow, if you can get that mercy, then you can understand. That is why Krishna is the word kaścid mam vetti tattvataḥ. To understand Krishna is not so easy. Very difficult. We have to give up all conveniences. Right? We should give up all the comforts and ready to embrace Krishna. Cry to Krishna. Krishna, I want you. Right? We should not think we can have on one hand material enjoyment, in another hand we will get Krishna. No, sarvadharman parityajya. But Mahaprabhu is very merciful. He's saying, even if you're not able to do sarvadharman parityajya, at least do sarvadharman parityajya while you are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Then I'll help you. You don't need to do sarvadharman parityajya every time, every moment. If you're not able to do that, doesn't matter. Do sarvadharman parityajya while you are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. I will extend it for the rest of the day. It is Mahaprabhu's mercy. Simply surrender to the holy name of the Lord. So this is the price to pay to get Krishna. So very difficult. We have given this opportunity. We have been given this opportunity to buy Krishna. Let us pay the price of chanting Hare Krishna mantra and buy Krishna and put him into his pocket and go home. Okay. We'll stop here. Any questions or comments are welcome. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Tattvataḥ.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.